Hey, don't worry, Mickey. I'll lock up. It's fine. Just leave the keys behind the latch. Yeah, it's fine. No, there's just one customer to go, so... Hey, you almost done? I need to see about closing. You okay? Sure? I've been a bartender long enough to know when somebody's lying to me. Tell you what, I'm in no hurry to leave anyway. How about I make you up something a bit special and let me know what's on your mind. No, it's no trouble. I'm in no hurry to leave. Honestly, I'm going back to an empty flat. It's okay. No, it's no trouble. What would you like? Or what have you been drinking? Okay. Tell you what, how about I make you something a little special? It's something I've been toying around with. I call it a bloody mat, which it's still in the experimental stage, but I'll whip you one up and let you be the judge. What's in it? Well, a bartender should never really reveal his secrets, but it's a touch of white grape cordial, a touch of blue gin. It doesn't matter if you drink gin, don't worry. A little dash of a very thick strawberry cordial. And if you're lucky, I might even sprinkle it with a little cocktail cherry. So, tell me a bit of your story while I'm making up this drink for you. Yeah? I'm listening, don't worry. Well, funny, I found myself in a very similar situation. Yeah. Sure. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay, wait, I need to concentrate here because this is crucial. Yeah. I'm just easing in the strawberry cordial. And while it is very thick, it should mix a little bit. Just a little bit. With the white grape. Okay. No, I've done this once or twice before, don't worry. Now, a couple of caps of gin. I don't even drink gin myself, but I found from my experiments that gin, 2 cups, which isn't even that much, just seems to blend perfectly with the drink. Sure. No, of course not. Don't worry. Now let me just add your cherry. I am absolutely convinced there is still far more to the story. That long face was kind of a little sag to your eyes at the end. Says more than any of the words you've tried to fool me with so far. Hey, we're in no rush. Don't worry. I'm currently trying to spear myself a cherry. This is something that definitely does not get easier with practice. Okay. Sure. There, my friend, is your drink. No. It's my absolute pleasure. No, that's on the house. Don't worry. You hungry? It's called Bombay mix. Don't worry, I've poured it fresh for you. This stuff sits in the bar for days. Bombay mix, it's, here you go. It's dried noodle, chickpea, split peas, baked with paprika, cumin, variety of spices, herbs, that kind of stuff. It's Indian food, or an Indian snack. It's quite tasty. Watch out for the chickpeas, they get quite hot. Now I have some glasses to clean, don't worry. So, tell me, really, I heard everything you just said in the last 5 minutes and it all just felt like fluff. Why the long face? I'm glad you like it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, deflection. I get it. How did I end up in the bar? Oh, no, I don't own the place. I just lock up from time to time. I'm 31. And I've been in the bar now for 11 years. In this bar. Well, this was meant to be about you. Why is this becoming about me? I left school and I went to college. Probably should never have went to college. Well, I've still got the mental capacity of a 5-year-old, but maybe back then it was more like a 3-year-old. But I went because I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, you know. And a couple of months in, and I was ready to quit because, well, I found out, bizarrely, that you don't have to attend class at college. Attendance is not mandatory. So I didn't. I would pop in from classes from occasionally, I guess. Occasionally is maybe being kind. Maybe once a month. And 1 month I went back to a class, computer architecture. And it was a class of like 20, 25. We sat down and the lecturer handed us out these little exam sheet. It's a practice exam of some assessment. And I looked at the page and I think I recognized the first question because we probably covered it in the first couple of lectures that I actually attended. And it's funny, man. It's funny because I looked at this page and I had no idea. And ego told me that, of course, well, nobody else will know either. And I look around in like 10 minutes' time and everyone's pencils are writing furiously and I'm sat there like an idiot. Thinking, what the hell am I doing? What on earth am I doing? Anyway, unsurprisingly, I failed the exam. I went back the next day and sat through the lecture, not understanding anything. lecturer said, okay, since everybody did so well on their assessment, you can all leave early. I'll give you back the papers tomorrow, but I'm almost finished, but you've all done really well thus far. Turned out that everyone had passed but me, and as I went to leave, he said, oh, Matt, just come back 2 seconds, and proceeded to sit me down and tell me that I had failed, and I was the only one in the entire class that had. I've always been a worrier, but especially in my late teens, early 20s, I worried about everything. So I went home and didn't sleep that night, thinking, I'm an idiot. Why did I miss all these classes? Why don't I want to study? Why don't I have any motivation? Why? And I dropped out. Promised myself I would go back a couple of years later. It was 11 years ago. Here I am. Still here. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm happy in my life. Well, I don't believe in regrets. See, the way I've always looked at it, rightly or wrongly, and maybe I'm not the one to be taking advice from, but we do what we did at a point in time because that's what felt right at the time. We did what we wanted to do, or what we thought was the right thing to do at that time, at that moment in time. And you can't regret doing what you wanted to do. Sure, with hindsight, you can look back and say, I should have made this choice or that choice, but you can't regret doing what made you happy at the time, or what felt the right choice at the time. Well, it's just, well, answer me this. If somebody came up to you just now and said, what would you change about your life? You know, if you could change one thing, anything in your life, what would it be? Well, have a think about it. I'm not going anywhere. I said I'm in no rush, don't worry. That drink's going down well, though. I know. Come on, one thing. What would it be? You've given me nothing so far. This has all been me. I may not be the shoulder to cry on here. Well, that I can understand. Really? Sorry I asked. Well, I know you're going through some things, and there's obviously a reason why you're sat at a bar at 1:45. Figured, but wow, for what very small comfort it's worth, you're not alone. Maybe my situation, my scenario is less severe and easier than yours, but no matter how terrible you feel, no matter how difficult life might seem, there's always a way forward. I promise you that. And over my 10 years of bartending, 11 years, I have seen thousands of faces. And I know a good person when I see one. And you, my friend, are a good person. Don't be blue. Right now, at this moment, we're alive. We're relaxed. We're in no rush to go anywhere or do anything else. All life is a series of moments, albeit millions of them, but in order for you to take time, you have to have time. Make time for yourself. Take this moment right now. Sit back in your chair, lay back, enjoy the drink. Smile and think, as of right now, this very moment, I have nothing to worry about. I'm in no rush, no panic. Just, world is your oyster. Yeah? Well, hey, let me try some of that Bombay mix. It's nice. I'm just going to pour myself some of that white grape cordial. It's nice. Yeah? No, don't worry about finishing it. It's okay. Cheers. That's better. It's been a long shift. 12 hours. 12 to 12, that's when I work. Hey. I'm gonna go back to college one day. I'm gonna make the million. Find a lady, marry her and have the kids. I don't know. I don't even know if I want that. I thought that's what I wanted. But, I don't know. Do you ever get the feeling that sometimes keeping on top of your own mess and your own situation is just about as much as you can handle before you introduce somebody else's problems into yours? Yeah. That and I have terrible taste. Honestly. They're either crazy or unavailable. That's how I roll. Yeah. Hey. I'm glad you're cheering up a little bit. When I said goodbye to Mickey, I was a little bit worried about you. You had that look in your eye, that kind of... I don't want to be too dramatic, but that lost sentiment, you know? But, of course, my drink will claim full credit. You mind if I have a few more of these Bombay? I really like them. Spicy, but I like them. Maybe. I don't know. I finished work last night. Locked the door. Went out the back. And we back onto you've probably seen it, a big field. There's no lights anywhere. I was taking some bag of trash stuff outside. And went out the back door and looked up. Just lost a chickpea. Looked up at the sky and it was clear. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was bright with stars. You know, you get those moments of, I guess, nostalgia. I remember when I was 14 years old, up the back of our school, with, I guess, what would be considered as my first girlfriend. It was a big group of us. We were all kind of lying with our backs on the bank, looking up at the stars. It reminded me of that. The sky looked the exact same. I don't know if it is, but And you ask, where did 19 years go? 17 years even. I don't know. Where did all those years go? All the experiences I've had in that time. And I'm a happy person, I wake up happy, I go to bed most of the time smiling, but I don't know. Okay, here's an easy one for you, and a happier one. You win the lottery. You wake up and you've won 10 million. It's the first thing that you buy. First thing. Apart from buying the lovely bartender who served you, buying him the bar that he's worked in for 11 years. Apart from that. Nice. That's something I've never thought about. That's quite cool. See, that sounds like a recipe for disaster, but... See me? I'll be one of those people that somehow ends up owing money after like a year. So I won 10 million and now I owe 4. How? Yeah. I like seeing people happy, I've always been like that. I guess so. Let's get another drink. No, don't worry. We'll make this the last one and then... Are you okay? Do you want another refill? You fine? Cool. Sure. I don't know. Hey, when it's all said and done, if, we get to the end of the line and we're judged on our deeds, and I think at the heart of it, I feel like I'm a good person, Yeah. Well, everyone's got one thing at the very least that they did in their life that they're maybe not very proud of, but people grow, People grow and they change. Some for good, some for ill. Okay. Say you're approached by somebody and they say, listen, this guy just down the street, he needs help. He was changing his car, or he's changing a tire in his car, and the car has fallen onto him. Please help me lift the car. It's the first thing you would do. Yeah, okay. You would help. You wouldn't think, okay, well, how much am I going to get paid? What's in it for me? And the reason I know you wouldn't think that is because you're a good person. And there's a lot to be said for a good person. The mark of somebody that's nice. And I see the people every day, all day, every day. You don't have to be able to reel off a giant list of things that you've done to enhance the world. Just be kind to the people around you, as and when you can. If you can't be happy in life, then I think you should be nice. If you feel... I have a friend of mine who, they always feel like they're a burden on everyone they come into contact with. It's a real shame, actually, but he has a great attitude. He says that, even if my brain won't let me be happy, at least I can be nice to people and bring some happiness to their life. even if my brain assures me that I'm doing no help and I'm making things worse. I know my friends well enough, and they're honest enough to tell me truthfully. And of course he's always a help. He's a lovely, lovely human being. And that's another thing, you know, this whole perception about depression and anxiety kind of being these made-up things that people just... I've seen friends with anxiety, real anxiety, you know, suffering from panic attacks. I've witnessed a panic attack. Try and tell me they're not real. You know, and being there for people like that, people that need some help. Maybe the ones that don't even need, maybe people just that want some help. Be there for them, you know. And we're getting deep and philosophical here. Yeah. Hey, well, it's after midnight. It's, you know, it's allowed. I'm glad. Hey, listen, like I said. Nah, don't. I don't want the money. It's fine. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's not a concern. Sure. Yeah. I came to the conclusion that if I'm still here by 33, then I'm just going to quit the job. Take whatever money I have and buy a plane ticket. Maybe go help out somewhere in Africa or something crazy, man. You know, build some houses in the Congo. I don't know. Something that I'm contributing. And I don't feel like my life's worthless. I love my life, you know, I love being happy, but I think I'd like to help a bit more, you know. Maybe I'll go back to university, I don't know. Said I'm a 31-year-old boy. Yeah. Okay. No, don't worry about it. As I said, it's my pleasure, and I'm glad you enjoyed the drink. Sure. Take care. I'll see you soon. Good night.